Howdy, this is my fourth video in obedience to Jesus' statement in Matthew 22, 21, where he refers to Genesis chapter 1, verse 26, as our duty as human beings to represent God. Um, so I'm relating my experiences with the supernatural just as evidence of the reality of who God is. So the last time we were chatting, um, I shared with you how my first interaction directly with the enemy, with Satan or the demonic and things like that. Um, so about 6 months later, I was in when was it? Grade 10. I was at the hostel, and I think it was the beginning of the second term. A new student pitched up by the name of Jamie. He pitched up, and he was there for wasn't even about a week. That he started to have trouble sleeping, and what would happen would be he'd go to sleep, and then halfway while he was asleep in the middle of the night, he'd start choking and not being able to breathe or whatever, and then he'd wake up in an absolute trauma and stuff like this. And so I got news of this, and he related to us how had actually been moved into the hostel because he was involved. He had previously been involved in ritual Satanism, and how his parents were like trying to get him out of that situation. And so we took it upon ourselves as these young ruffians to basically confront this because of our previous experience the previous year of like kicking the devil out and things like that. We thought like we were all macho and stuff like that. So I think it was on the Tuesday night, I went into Guy and David, well, and Jamie's, Simon was also there, dorm, just to, knock this thing out because, like, whoa, we're so tough and things like that, in faith and things. And that was all cool. So now I'm in this dorm where I'm not supposed to be in, and Jamie goes to sleep. We carry on just chatting, yakking, whatever, quietly. And it wasn't long, like about maybe an hour or so with him sleeping, um, that he stops breathing again, right? And starts choking and stuff. So Simon went up to him and tried to shake him awake or whatever. And like we said, okay, let's just pray. So we laid hands on him and we prayed for him. And we said, look, in Jesus' name, demons, get out of here, release him, let him go and whatever. And da 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 da. And so he shook, he coughed or whatever, and then like he lay still, like with the other eyes closed. So Simon shook him again, saying, "Hey, like, wake up, But there was he didn't respond, and we're going like, "Come, Jamie, stop stuffing around." So we like started like pulling on him and wrestling with him. No response. So David went and checked his pulse to see what was happening and things like that, and there was no pulse. And I'm going, guys, don't stuff around here. This is serious stuff here. Like, I'm not even supposed to be in this dorm. If I get bust here, it's tickets. So guys saying, no, this is like ridiculous. So he started shaking Jamie or whatever, even slapped him. Nothing. There was absolutely no response. He just like lay there. So like we're sitting down with guys. You can imagine now we're starting to freak out. In my mind, this was becoming too much for me because this is like ridiculous. Like flashes through my mind of like, ooh, hostel mate kills dorm mate, and that's the end of my life, schooling, everything. How do I explain my presence in the dorm? So I was sitting next to I think it was Guy or Simon. No, Simon. I can't remember. But we were sitting there. The beds were all like, parallel. There were four of them, and I was sitting there. And then Jamie's bed was there, and I was just like praying and saying, "God, what are we going to do? Please, Jesus, help us. Don't destroy our futures and things like that." Um, David was, like whatever, just walking around the thing. Guy was in the corner going like, "Oh, I can't believe this is happening. I can't believe this is happening." Simon and I just sitting on the bed going like, "Okay, this is it. We're done." Um, And something came over me, and I said, Lord, I'm just so sorry for my arrogance. Like this whole thing about like our arrogance. We thought we were going to be so cool that it was just going to be like, hey, textbook like last time, and like, because we were cool, and and we did everything that we did last time, which wasn't us anyway. And just humbly, I just repented before God, and I just said, God, if you can do anything now, I don't know the future and what you've got planned here. And I just reached out my hand, and I just started to like beg. And I kid you not, um, it must have been, I don't know how long it was. It was more than half an hour. We were sitting there just like totally like gobsmacked, freaking out, don't know what to do. And in fact, David was saying, okay, guys, I think we need to go and tell one of the prefects now. We need, this is it. It's done. And so I reached out my hand, chatted to him. Well, not to him, to God. And I said, God, please. And Jamie, his body took a deep breath, like, and he sat up straight in the bed. And he says, guys, what's going on? I kid you not, Simon was sitting there on the bed next to me, right? He got such a big fright, he flipped all the way back, landed on the other bed facing, Jamie now, like now 2 beds away, freaked out. Guy turned around going like, oh my word, oh my word, oh my word. Like David's like going, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. He had like fell to his knees at the bed going, oh, I'm just so grateful. I'm sitting there going, oh my word, what has just happened? Like totally. Anyway, to cut a long story short, so then we said like what happened, and we related what was our story. The fact that he was dead, he wasn't breathing, didn't have a pulse or whatever for like I don't know how long, but it must have been close to an hour or whatever, which is like who can hold their breath for that long, right? And so Jamie said to us, no, what he experienced, like he went to sleep, and then like he dreamt, he felt that he was dreaming, but like he went to this really massive white dome, like almost like the Coca-Cola Sun Dome, but it was like massive, just white floor, white thing, and like huge, like to the horizon. And he was just sitting there going, waiting. And he was going, hello, hello. And it would just like echo off. And he said that's where he said it. That's where he was. And then all of a sudden, he took a deep breath and he was awake again. And like we were like, whoa, freaking out. So yeah, that was crazy. Did we tell anybody about this? You would expect like woohoo. We were not woohoo. In reality, when this stuff happens, there's no woohoo. It's all like, oh my word. I remember the next morning we had biology and we were all sitting here going like, oh my word, guys, we don't tell anybody about this because like, geez, this could go like, pear-shaped really quickly and stuff like that. And the only reason why I'm sharing it now is because, hello, what are they going to do to me now? Kick me out of the hostel now? Jamie's still alive. As far as I'm not in contact with him for as long as I know. And yeah, so that's just another testimony of that God, Jesus is the author and protector of life. And I've got lots of other incidences where he's just come through for me. But I think the thing that I took away from this experience was that it's all about God. It's got nothing to do with us, and humility is the key in relationship with God, and just trust Him to do what's right and to look after yourself. So as I said, like share this, like it, whatever, so you can get the other videos and things like that. And God is real.